Now, let's talk about the man formerly known as Prince Andrew, that is, now just Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, who has been stripped of his Prince title and is being forced out of the Royal Lodge. Of course, it comes weeks after it was announced that King Charles's younger brother would no longer use his Duke of York title. Well, you know what? Good riddance, Tanya. I mean, there's been scandal after scandal with this bloke. This was bound to happen.
Yeah, long overdue. Obviously, Her Majesty, bless her soul, was never going to do it because that was her son. But credit to His Majesty the King Charles, who I had the great privilege and honour of meeting last year when he was here in Australia in Parliament, and you could see he was unwell. You could see that and look, the fact that he even came to Australia was amazing. I think he's done the right thing by, of course, the royal family, but by everyone. And it's so decisive, his decision, just to say that's it, no more titles, no more Royal Lodge, a 30-bedroom, mansion that Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's had the pleasure of enjoying for 30 years. So I think it's been a decisive decision from the King, and credit to him and to everybody that's been involved in this, because I think they needed to do this because there's been so much, in the media, and this idea that he was going to get I think given Frogmore Cottage or Adelaide. I mean, there was all these other talk of having a negotiation or something. I don't know what was true.
They just couldn't do that.
But, I don't know what was true in the media, but all of that really, I think, got under people's skin, and everybody just is happy that there's a decisive decision.
I completely agree. But overall, David, I think it's really embarrassing for the royal family to have to do this, and I think that it was probably Prince William who said, "All right, come on, we got to move Andrew on." But what's your take on it?
Well, I mean, the royal family have proven that they're like every other family. They've got their problem children, and this isn't before time. Like Tanya,
Good point.
like Tanya, I've met the King. He's a very, very empathetic person. He's a very, very genuine person. I'm probably the greatest monarchist of modern times, and this wouldn't have happened 100 years ago. This wouldn't have, because they would have covered it up. So this does show progress in our constitutional monarchy, because it does show that they are not above the law. The tragedy of all this, of course, Danica, is that in a week's time, Princess Anne arrives in Australia, and she's here to do some charitable work, and she's here in her capacity as the Honorary Colonel of the Royal Australian Signals Corps. The first question she's going to get asked is going to be about her baby brother. And the tragedy is that all of the goodwill, all of the good work, all of the charitable work that the royal family does has been absolutely has been dwarfed by this scandal. And as far as I'm concerned, even though that he did serve with distinction in the Falklands, it doesn't give you a leave pass. I mean, he was there with Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein.
Exactly.
The only person missing was Ivan Milat. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if... I can't believe he hangs around with.
I wonder if Ivan went to a party at the lodge as well. I mean, everyone seemed to have been invited to the parties at that lodge, except us, and, well, thank goodness for that. Now, look, I want to end on a bit of fun. Let's talk about your column in the Daily Telegraph today, David. Ways to annoy your wife. Gee, this is a bit dangerous. You've listed burn food, put away stuff that hasn't been cleaned properly, the toilet seat, wake her up at 3 a.m. Quite an extensive list you've given us.
Well, Danica, you weren't supposed to read that column. It was specifically specifically identified as secret men's business. But I did have to reach out to my fellow husbands and just highlight the fact that you can fight fire with fire if necessary, and some easy tips there on how to get out of work and home. And to make sure that the battle of the sexes remains an even battle.
Well, I mean, I would agree with the toilet seat. I think that's a definite shocker.
Yeah.
Put away stuff that hasn't been cleaned properly. Yeah. Hello?
Yes, yes. And the snoring. The
snoring at 3 a.m. No, I agree. Well done, David.
Hard-hitting stuff there, David.
One of your best, actually, I've got to say.
We covered the big issues on a Friday. That's what Fridays are for.
This is what Fridays are for the hard-hitting issues on the Danica De Giorgio show. Exactly. We've got to leave it there. David Elliott, Tania Mihailuk, have a good weekend. Thanks for joining me.